What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another episode of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. In the last part, what we ended up doing is we continued our careers through both the Super Series as well as the Rapid Deployment Unit, and in this episode, we're going to be continuing those trends and trying to make more progress towards the Exotic Series, as well as, I believe, the other cop unit that's ahead of the Rapid Deployment Unit. I just can't remember the name off the top of my head, but really exciting stuff, and I believe off the top of my head we started off with racer events. Let me check. Hold on. My apologies. We started off with cop events, so let's start off with racer events. So what do we got here? Let's take a look. We got a duel, got a preview, and we also have a time trial. I think for funsies, let's go and do the duel first, and then we'll do the preview afterwards, and we'll go from there. So, got the Shelby GT500. This is a car that we unlocked in the previous episode as well. So really excited to bring this to you guys. Love the look of this car, always have since I was a kid. So I will record this and see you guys in the event.
The Super Snake is a package offered by Shelby to enhance the power and looks of the Ford Shelby GT500. Everything a balls-to-the-wall muscle car needs. With an increase of 16 horsepower of boost on the Whipple supercharger, the peak power of the 5.4-liter V8 has been increased from 550 bhp at 6,500 RPM to 750 bhp at 6,200 RPM. If the driver is able to harness all this extra power, they will complete the standing quarter mile in 12 seconds flat, with a speed of 120 miles per hour at the line. The hood is now one giant air scoop designed to push as much air into the supercharger as possible. A prominent carbon fiber can also be seen, which will certainly help push the front tires into the road when trying to corner while accelerating.
So when it comes to muscle cars, okay, so about this duel too, but when it comes to the muscle, we have no weapons, and we're going to have to run into cops, which is going to be a lot of fun. But when it comes to muscle cars, I think what I find interesting is, that they're just meant for standing quarter miles, they're meant for going straight off the line, they're about the idea of blue-collar workers as well. Fun, fast cars that people who are working in these industries can really go and buy and have some fun with. Muscle cars also sort of date back to the idea of moonshine runners, which is really interesting if you guys don't know that, when it comes to NASCAR as well. And it ties into that. It's got, by the way, battle between the Gallardo and the Shelby GT500, really cool stuff. But for those of you who don't know the origins of NASCAR, basically what would happen was I believe that there were people who were running moonshine, criminals running moonshine, and they would build their cars up to get away from the police. And then what they ended up doing was the people who built these cars to run moonshine from the police would end up racing those cars and basically racing them around like a dirt racetrack. I believe Wilkesboro was the first track they ever did it in. And so some really cool, interesting history about the history of NASCAR and how that also ties to muscle cars in sort of the same way. So really interesting stuff. Also, speaking of muscle cars, out of all of the three main, I guess you would, well, it would technically be for the Challenger, the Charger, the Mustang, and the Camaro. Personally, I've always been either a Mustang or a Camaro guy, especially because of Bumblebee for the Camaro side. And the Mustang, I don't know, I've always found the Mustang to be, how do I describe it? Not more tame. Well, I guess it would be more tame, but I wouldn't necessarily call it tame, especially the Shelby GT500. But you guys get what I'm saying. When we're talking, even the new Shelby GT500 is absolutely ridiculous. I know that car has like 700 some horsepower. Absolutely insane for a muscle car. And I know that Ford also went through, and made the car extremely more track viable. And I'm not saying it's perfect. I haven't watched a ton of reviews on the car, or at least as of recent, haven't looked at it. But the new generation of Shelby GT500 is certainly the best and fastest Mustang to have ever existed. So really cool. And I also, the reason I have an affiliation with this car in particular, in this generation of Mustang Shelby GT500, is because I remember seeing one in my hometown where I live. I don't live in a very big town, so seeing really nice cars was always a treat. And I remember one time going through one of the main areas of our little city here, seeing a Shelby GT500 pass by me. It was for a split second, but I remember it very distinctly, and I was like, oh wow, I knew that was a Shelby because they only offered certain colorings, I believe, on the Shelby GT500, and it was this color. It was this color, this stripe, so it was the bog standard sort of poster child Shelby GT500 that they were releasing at the time. Now, I don't know if this event changed from this game in the remaster from the original game, but all I do know is that when it comes to this race, I think it was different, because I do remember, oh, I might have been thinking of something else different. I was thinking of another event. This might have been the same, but this is an interesting duel. Italian V10 versus American V8, Lamborghini versus Ford. Two big cars with around 600, almost 600 horsepower, I'd argue, just rounded up. Also, by the way, I'm stupid. I said we'd run into cops. No, we aren't gonna. I don't think we're gonna run into cops. We don't have the cop radar, and in addition to that, the only reason they had the weapons up there was because I believe in certain other duels, if I remember correctly, you can use weapons against the other car. It's sort of similar to the multiplayer mode they have for this game, which is Arms Race. And if you don't know what Arms Race is, it's essentially, think of it just like a regular race, but you have all the weapons accessible to you. So they try and combine the hot pursuit and the races. But the only disappointing part about the Arms Race, one fatal flaw I find with that race type, is at that point, if you have weapons as racers but there's no cops, you just kill each other. And so the whole goal is to kill each other until one person's left standing anyway. So a lot of the time you don't end up finishing the race, and then you just end up trying to kill each other. So other than that, let me give you guys a little bit of a listen to the glory that is the Shelby GT500. So yeah, the thing sounds fantastic, and I believe this is one of the first Mustangs to ever be able to hit like 200, which is absolutely insane for a muscle car like this, you know. These days it's really not that far. Let's just see Camaro, a Hellcat, a Charger Demon, something like that. Even the new Shelby GT500 hit 200, but this, at the time, was sort of like a big deal for a Mustang to finally be able to hit 200, so really cool stuff. The new rewards, all good to go, and we'll go ahead and we'll do this little preview. Actually, what is this? Is this another race? Ooh, it's a hot pursuit. Actually, instead of doing that preview, I think we'll start off with the preview next time. Let's do the hot pursuit to have some fun.
The cops are on to us at every level, but there is one area where they can't match us. Speed. Your cars are being fitted with the latest speed enhancement. The turbo system. Activate the turbo, and within seconds, the system will engage and give your car a rocket-powered kick of acceleration and speed. The system is very volatile, so you can only attempt a limited number of launches during the race. Good luck.
Alright, and because it's called Stampede, and Lamborghini is named after their symbol is a bull, and all of their cars are named after bulls, I believe. We're going to be driving Gallardo, and we're going to be driving it in the bog standard Giallo Midas. Really excited there. Now, when it comes to the turbo, getting into the turbo, they give you limited amounts, and usually you don't get too many, but the idea of the turbo is so that it's a much stronger speed boost in comparison to just your regular nitrous. And so the idea when to use turbo at the best times is basically either like right after a roadblock or on a long straight where you don't see too much. The last part that I would say when it comes to turbo, especially when it comes to using it correctly, is use it like when there's 1 mile left. Helps out a lot. Saving one turbo for 1 mile is really the ideal way to go about it, especially in like multiplayer and stuff you idiots be doing. Oh, by the way, that car we just passed, the one other Gallardo, the Verde Mantis one, the green one, that is one of my unicorns. That car... Ooh, level 3, we got the Cayennes. And if you get absolutely annihilated and you fall behind, that's another reason to use turbo. Just like I did. The only issue is that it takes a lot for it to charge up. But that Gallardo that just passed us is a unicorn car of mine. When it comes to the unicorn cars that I really want in my life, it's a Verde Mantis Superleggera, which is that Gallardo, which is the stripped down, sort of more focused race raw version of the Gallardo that was released in very limited quantities and very limited colors, and that car just got annihilated by the freaking spike strip. But the other car is a Blue Cephas Lamborghini Huracan Performante. I love Blue Cephas. I know it's not the most popular Lamborghini color, but I do love Blue Cephas, and I think it's a fantastic color, especially with like bronze gold wheels. Oh, the new Performante with those wheels and the Blue Cephas. Oh, it's just glorious. Okay, another combo to use is your jammer and your turbo. So what I'm going to do here is hit the jammer, and we're going to throw out the turbo here. There's a reason that they use this race, and there's the Superleggera. There's a reason that they use this race, and the reason being is because it's the desert roads with lots of straightaways. So it's very easy for you to get off a really solid turbo. Now the turbo will also get interrupted if you hit like a wall or something, or if you slam into something. And that's even slamming into a wall hard, not necessarily just crashing, but if you slam into a wall hard, it'll stop it. You do get a point bonus for doing an uninterrupted turbo. So that's really cool. Got 5 miles, and I think I'll do the same here. Instead, I'm not even going to use the jammer here. We'll just go and use the turbo right away.
All units, we are detecting a power station suspect. Be on guard.
Now these roads are very interesting for roadblocks because what ends up happening, and I've tried to explain this in the past episodes, but it didn't really end up happening. Basically, a lot of the times you'll see roadblocks on these roads, and they won't cover the whole road, so you can just go on the edge of them to avoid them. Yeah, sure, you have to go all the way around, but it's better than freaking risking yourself to actually hit it, so. And by the way, with the way I'm racing, you know, also sort of see the catch-up mechanics still, how these cars are trying to keep up with me, and I'll see if I can show it at the end of any race. You'll get it more in the Hyper and Exotic series down here, but got 2 miles to the finish, so we'll wait to save this for 1 mile, and we should be good to go. By the way, this was the Lamborghini color that I knew when I was a kid, the yellow Lamborghini, and Giallo Midas is that yellow that everyone loves, if you're not too sure. So it's very accurate that they're using actual paint codes in this game, which I do very much appreciate. Like, I believe one of the paint codes for Porsche is Miami Blue. So we'll go for a jammer here, and once we round the corner here, turbo, and we're going to move. Let's go! Alright, perfect turbo, so you can see that right there. Whoosh. Damn, I was hoping it'd show the sort of catch-up mechanic, but you'll see it in other races, I hope. So we'll try and show that off at some point. Very nice. I think we unlocked a new car because we were just under the points required for it. We got the Gran Turismo S for the Performance Series. Here's the car we were waiting for. Very, very nice. Love this car. Sounds like a dream. Looks fantastic. Only question is reliability, so. Alright, since we did those 2 racer events, let's get into some cop events. So we got an Interceptor, which is cool. And we also got a Hot Pursuit, so we have some fun here. So I think let's start off with the Interceptor and end on the bang with the Hot Pursuit. So let's see what we got here. Maybe we unlocked all these cars. Let's go with the Zeos. Actually, no. Hold on. Let's go with the Viper. You know, it's really a shame that they ended up discontinuing this car, and I understand why, but it's just one of those things where, like, I always thought the Corvette and the Viper always butted heads. Like, these were the 2, like, best supercar competitive cars that America can make, and one of them's gone.
Officers in pursuit of a green Lamborghini on West Beach Freeway.
If you like the Viper, if you haven't seen the story that VinWiki has, where they had one of a really crazy Viper salesman on there, I definitely recommend going watching it. I'm going to show you like a screenshot of it on screen, and I will throw it in the description if you guys want to watch it. I love that story. It's such a good story. But the Viper always holds a special place in my heart. I had a childhood friend who had a dad who had like a Gen 2 Viper. It was Gen 2 or Gen 1. And he had a picture of it in his house when I was a kid, and I was always kind of jelly of that because glorious car. We have to understand that when it comes to Vipers, especially the early ones, they were scary cars. No ABS, just you and the car. Handling was atrocious. You know, just scary vehicles.
Roger
Let's
that.
get a
10
roadblock
seconds
in front of
remaining.
this
Roadblock
guy.
units
Try and
deploying
smash his
directly
face
ahead of
in.
you.
Where's he going? Oh my god, go buy half his health. Sorry if I paused, I just wanted to see how about... Ooh, wait, how much health he got? I think I have like literally 0. Yeah, he has literally like no health. Did he just put an EMP? Wait, why the EMP? Okay, I mean... that was like the easiest interceptor ever, because the dude ran into the freaking roadblock and I just slammed right into the back of him, and then he ran into a box truck. Okay, I'll take it. You know, works out for me. I'm okay with that. Makes it 55 seconds. Oh man, we did unlock a new car because of that, so really nice to see. Let's see what we got. The SLS, man, this car is so cool. I've never seen one of these IRL, and I've always loved the Black Series, the AMG Black Series, because those cars are so expensive these days, especially because, you know, they were special editions. So, man, it's really cool to see the SLS in action. So now we got the Snake Pit. We're gonna drive the Viper again. Sadly, we can't drive the other ones. Actually, I probably should have driven like the Z06 or something in that last event, but hey, we love the Viper, so. I just appreciated the Viper for what it was. You know, it also, for those of you who don't know, the SRT Viper GTS, which is when, like, Dodge, you know, wanted to make SRT sort of a separate division from Dodge as a whole and made it sort of its entire own brand. The SRT Viper GTS, I believe, is an 8.4 liter V10, which is, to this day, I still think the biggest engine fitted to any production car ever, I believe. I may be wrong about that. You'll see stuff on screen right now if I'm wrong or if I'm right. So, also, by the way, we only have 10 spike strips. This kind of blows, but let's see how this goes. That means hopefully they only have spike strips, but obviously we can't necessarily count on that. That Shelby GT 500 got wrecked.
Detecting spike strip deployed.
Yeah, try again, bud. Yeah, guys.
All units, you are cleared to use spike strips.
Oh my god, ow, I should have spiked that guy, damn it. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, yeah, we're screwing up here, boys.
Spike strip deployed.
Oh yeah, we're really screwing up here. I'm paying attention to what's behind me, not looking what's in front of me. Oh, what? Ah, ha, ha. Come on, man. Yeah, we're really screwing up here. I'm usually not this awful. Ooh. Yeah, okay. There we go, finally. That guy was pissing me off because he was freaking slowing down, and now I haven't even touched the cars in the front of the pack, so let's see if we can get that Mustang before we get the other three. Alright, catching up here. Luckily the cop cars are really, really quick. Jeez, scared the piss out of me. Holy.
I've made contact.
Man, I really suck at these spike strips lately, haven't I?
Failed to slow the target. All units here clear for 1067. I repeat, spike strips are now
I think that's why they
over.
give us 9 miles, because holy cow, this is not the easiest race. There we go, finally. That guy's down and out.
Contact.
Boy, I'm gonna get freaking hit. Ow.
Monitoring a system overload. Are you okay?
He was really far behind, so even if I went for the spike, he probably would have still hit me anyway. You wanna do that again? Yeah, try it again. I'd rather him hit me than get... Wait, that guy didn't even spin out. That's annoying. I'm actually almost dead, which is really funny. Now, when it comes to events, if I end up, like, getting knocked out like this, we'll just reattempt it in the same video, because we're not gonna... We don't do that around here. We're not gonna wait until next video to reattempt the event. I'm not gonna be like that. Oh, come on! I almost hit him. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, it's a Shelby GT500 in the lead. Okay. Oh, I guess that makes sense because guess what? Shelby GT Snake, yeah. Try it again. I think I can still do this. I think we'll be fine. Now that I say that, we're gonna screw up in, like, royal fashion. I'm just afraid of this guy dropping the spike because I'm trying to get ahead of him. I'm really afraid now because both of them are on either side of the road. See if I can draft this guy for a second. Good. That guy should just be one hit, so let's see if we can get this guy. One more hit. That guy's just one more hit. There we go, nice. And because that guy's behind me, I think I can spike him and I think it'll be good. There we go, nice. That was a little closer for comfort than I'd like, but that wasn't easy. Damn, that was actually really tough. That got scary when I got really low because of that stupid EMP. I was gonna try and avoid that EMP, but if I brake and turned around, yeah, he would have not hit me, but I also would have been super far behind. So I didn't want that to happen. So really cool stuff. We were able to do that. Ah, Snake Pit, man, that's a cool event. I like that. Just the muscle cars and the big American V8s. Having a lot of fun. Got the Quattroporte, which is very, very cool as well. So, nice stuff around there. So, I think that was a great place to end out the episode. Pretty high energy episode. So, without further ado, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Also, follow me in the socials linked in the description below. In the next episode, we're going to be continuing these events. Hopefully, getting closer to the Exotic series and the other cop unit as well. So without further ado, I'll leave you guys to a couple of the bios and I'll catch you all in the next episode. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create